Does your base look like this after you set it? Ew. It's not the powder, it's the foundation. So let me show you how to properly apply your base. If your base looks cakey, it's probably because you're using a foundation that's way too matte and dry. This is what you want your base to look like before adding any powder. I personally always love a more dewy and natural finish foundation. The Haushaus foundation is my favorite. I also love these. Depending on how much coverage you want, you can decide how many pumps you do. I will either always use my fingers or a brush like this to spread just a really even thin layer. The reason why I prefer a dewier foundation is because when we add the powder, it's gonna suck that dewiness right up. So you can imagine when you're using a very thick, dry foundation, of course it's gonna look cakey. When blending foundations out, if you choose to use a brush, then I would use a more dense brush like this. However, if you want to get that seamless, smooth base, you're not gonna achieve it without a sponge. I will never soak up the sponge completely. Instead, I take a mist, kind of spray it a little bit, and then just tap it into my skin. Always work in thin, multiple layers instead of one thick layer. So if you want more coverage, you can add it as you go. Something you want to remember is to always put the least amount of foundation on your under eyes, because we're gonna put concealer and powder there, and we don't want it to cake up. Close up, this is what my foundation looks like. Seamless, glowy, still looks like skin. So when I put on my other cream products, this is what it looks like. As you can see, everything went on so smoothly. And then when I add powder, look at how the powder is soaking up the foundation. Like, you see how dewy? Now we go in with powder, and look at that. And that's why your foundation application matters so much. This is what my final base looks like. No cakiness, no creasing. Dare I say she looks airbrushed. And that is how you properly apply foundation.